The Chesapeake in Ohio was among the various eastern railroads documented on motion picture film by Mr. August Teamy during the years 1949 through 1953. This program will show some of the last operating steam locomotives on the line, including 080 Switchers, 464 Hudsons, 462 Pacifics, 482 Mountains, 484 Greenbriers, 280 Consolidations, 282 Mikados, 2662 Malleys, 284 Kanawas, 2104 Texas, and even a 2666 Allegheny. Starting off at Richmond's Fulton Yard, we see number 112, a Class C-15 080 switcher. Built in 1929, she puts 53,950 pounds of tractive effort into the rails through 4 pair of 51-inch diameter drivers. C-16 number 262 was one of the most modern steam locomotives built for the C&O, coming out of the Baldwin shops in 1948. Massive Allegheny number 1629 is probably here for repairs, as little 262 pushes around her big relative. This class was a bit more powerful than the C-15s, having about 3,200 more pounds of tractive effort and 1-inch larger drivers. Another C-16, number 280, heads out with a work train in tow. Class L2 464 Hudsons were Baldwin built in 1941 and 2 to be high power and high speed passenger locos. Number 301 is seen on train number 47, the westbound Sportsman, at Chickahominy, Virginia on July 12, 1952, and in the 2 following scenes on unknown dates. Coming up is Streamline Hudson number 490. 5 of these shrouded beauties were rebuilt from Class F-19 Pacifics in 1946 and 7. "74-inch drivered Class F-16 Pacifics were another Baldwin product, 1913 vintage. Number 463 heads up train number 47 at milepost 80 near Richmond on April 17, 1949. 463 again on number 47 at milepost 76 on November 11, 1950. Lenexa, February 18, 1951. Number 463 once more on the Sportsman. And one more F-16 speeds by. Class F-18s were built by the Richmond Works in 1923, and although they rode on the same 74-inch drivers as the C-16s, they were about 5% heavier and more powerful. Number 482 is seen on May 21, 1950 in the Richmond area. Next, number 483 at milepost 89, powering train number 47 on November 24, 1949. November 23, 1949, train 46, the eastbound Sportsman, passes a gas plant at Richmond, headed up by F-18 number 485. A total of 7 Class J2 Mountains were built for passenger service, and coming up will be number 549, a Richmond Works 1923 product. July 12, 1949, finds her at Brookville Tunnel, demoted to freight duty. 3 days later, she's still stuck with a freight train. Another time and place finds a J2 with a consist more like what she was accustomed to. J3 and J3A Greenbriers were all Lima built. J3 600 through 604 in 1935, 605 and 606 in 1942, and J3A 610 through 614 in 1948. Double-headed numbers 600 and 613 fight the upgrade near Afton on July 13, 1949. Later on, number 600 looks a lot more beat up and has been demoted to freight hauling. .602 brings the eastbound Sportsman into Little Rock Tunnel on August 20th, 1951. .602 again, this time with the second section of the westbound Sportsman on August 19, 1951 near Blue Ridge Tunnel. J3 Greenbrier number 604 at Meacham's River Bridge with number 46 on August 20th, 1952. Later on, 604 downgraded to a caboose hop. August 19, 1951. Number 605 powers the westbound Sportsman's first section near Blue Ridge Tunnel. .605 again at Little Rock Tunnel on August 20th, 1951 with number 47. Coming up, one last view of 605. Class J3A number 610 heads up the eastbound Sportsman near Lenexa on February 18, 1951. November 11, 1950, another eastbound Sportsman powered by Greenbrier number 612 at milepost 76 near Richmond. .613 on another passenger consist. The last surviving Greenbrier, number 614, is seen on May 21st, 1950, pulling the westbound George Washington in the Richmond area. February 18th, 1951 finds 614 at Roxborough with the eastbound George Washington. Finally, 614 teams with 613, double-heading number 46 on July 13, 1949 at Brookville Tunnel. Class G7 consolidations 884 and 893 were originally built around 1903 as other numbers and were rebuilt and given these numbers around 1916. The C&O ran these on a branch line from Bramo on the James River south to Dillon. Watch as we follow some 1950 and 1951 mixed train action on this line. 50 Class K2 Mikados were built by the Richmond Works in 1924. They were carried on 63-inch drivers and produced 63,450 pounds of tractive effort. 4 scenes of number 1164 are shown. The first at Maidens on May 5, 1951. Number 1191 on a work train near Afton on August 20th, 1951. Near Afton again, this time number 1203 pulling freight number 55 on July 13th, 1949. August 20th, 1951 finds 1203 again, this time on freight number 56 at the same area. Later on that same day, 1203 pulls number 57 in the opposite direction, and we see her at Little Rock Tunnel. One more K2, number 1207, is spotted. Class K3 mics were also built by the Richmond Works in 1924, and they were about 5% more powerful than the slightly lighter K2s. 1210 rolls a coal drag along the James River near Richmond. Eastbound at Fulton on March 19, 1950, number 1212 on another coal train. Scenes showing 1212, first at Dover Farm and then at Bramo, both on November 10th, 1950. 1214 powers a westbound on April 28, 1951. September 2nd, 1951, number 1224 westbound at Lorraine. This time eastbound, 1224 on April 14th, 1951. K3, number 1225, eastbound at Columbia on May 5th, 1951. April 28, 1951, number 1230 at milepost 2. .1233 at Lorraine. Number 1238 rolls in eastbound on May 16, 1952. Coming up is K3, number 1239. .1242 double heads with another Mike. Number 1250 heads up another coal train. .1256 slips by Columbia Station. Finishing up this class, 2 more K3s are spotted, one on a long coal drag and another at a coaling station. Class H4 Malleys were built from 1912 to 1918, and a few lasted until the mid-50s. October 10, 1953, finds number 1387 on the head and 1371 on the end of a freight, first at Bellwood and second at Raynell, West Virginia. (1413) and (1419) are next seen. And finally, number 1436. K3A Mikados, number 2300 through 2349, were built by the Richmond Works in 1925 and 6 and were among the largest 2A2s ever built. First spotted is number 2309. Next, 2312. (2318) in coal train service. Another 2318 powered coal train westbound at Columbia on November 10, 1950. (2318) again, this time under the ACL's James River Bridge. This time, 2318 is seen in the Richmond area on April 21, 1951. Double-headed 2321 and 2329 passed number 1242 at West Ham on September 30th, 1951. Number 2325 at milepost 5.2 on April 28, 1951. Another coal train, this one headed up by 2329. Number 2329 again along the James River. Vinetta, Virginia on September 29, 1951 finds 2331 on an extra westbound. April 21st, 1951 at milepost 4.5 near Richmond. K3A 2325 teams with K3 number 1230. Class K4 Kanawhas were some of the last built steamers for the C&O, coming out of the Lima shops between 1943 and 1947. Number 2761 is seen near Afton pulling freight number 93 on August 19, 1951. .2762 on number 92 at the Meacham's River Bridge on the 20th of August, 1951. Kanawha 2763 at Little Rock Tunnel on July 14, 1949. 2764 at the same tunnel 2 years later, August 20th, 1951. The same locomotive and date, this time at the west portal of Blue Ridge Tunnel. Number 2769 at the same place the day before. .2769 one more time. Milepost 202.2 on the 20th of August, 1951. Coming up are two final shots of other K4s. Class T1s were built by Lima in 1930, weighing in at 566,000 pounds. 10 69-inch diameter drivers, together with a booster engine on the trailing truck, produced 108,625 pounds of tractive effort. September 30th, 1951, at milepost 80.5, finds number 3004 doubleheading with number 3018 and number 3032 providing pusher power on a long, heavy coal drag. Later that same day, the pusher has been dropped off as the train continues eastbound at milepost 75. The team of numbers 3012 and 3027 power in eastbound at Lenexa on February 18, 1951. Number 3005 westbound at milepost 76 on November 11, 1950. February 18, 1951 again. 3015 on a westbound extra at Roxborough. Same day, and this time it's 3018 on another westbound extra. Number 3027 extra eastbound at milepost 76 on November 11, 1950. An eastbound extra again on the 18th of February 1951, headed up by number 3032. As a harbinger of things to come, we see one final T1 with a couple of the new diesels in tow. The steam era on the Chesapeake and Ohio has ended, and we'll conclude with some gruesome 1961 scenes of scrapping at Richmond's Deepwater Terminal.